Hi viewers, welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Erongo Talk. It's almost long weekend. My name is Micheline Navatises and today we'll bring you the news per usual and weather and tides, and we'll be speaking to Rita Haninen, who is part of the organizing committee of the Namib race. It will be taking place over 7 days, where racers from all over the world will come and race a foot race for over 200 kilometers. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this. And now, time for our news. For our sports story, Volleyball for All. The Namibia Volleyball Federation governs and manages all levels of volleyball and beach volleyball in Namibia. Hilary Mbua, the president of the NVF, is optimistic about the growth of the volleyball fraternity. The recently concluded NVF Bank Windhoek Dock tournament had 22 male teams and 15 female teams participating for the first time. This was a new record. The tournament accommodates players aged from 17 till 27 years who have been groomed by the NVF over the years. We are scouting and hoping to get some of these players to form a national team, he said. The league games for the year have already begun and players are looking forward to the cup finals at the end of the year. The first round of the NVF Cup will be hosted in Keetmanshoop, with the final round taking place in the central region. And now for our second story, celebrating differences and common interests. Karibab will host a cultural and heritage festival from the 30th till the 1st of May. The initiative is a brainchild of 4 women known as Diamonds in the Rough, namely Cyril Tabako, Marlene Ogrus, Brenda One Time, and Michelle Swartz. They are doing this as a part of a fundraiser and community upliftment project and hope to host the festival annually. The organizers say they want to celebrate their differences as well as common interests during the event. We want to help unite and educate our community about different cultural activities and inspire and teach the youth to adhere to moral values and ethical principles of society while creating a conducive environment for them to showcase their talents and entrepreneurial skills in a relaxing environment. Karibab is a diverse town due to mining activities. We have a mixed community, and as a town we should embrace and celebrate our cultural diversity, Bako says. She adds that advocating for tolerance between different cultures cultivates respect and harmony among the residents of the town.
Erongo Talkers, good day. We are here in the along the banks of the Swakopmund River, and joining us is Rita Haninen of Finland. Yeah, and she's going to be telling us about the Namib race that is taking place as from the 1st of May. and which is part of the Four Deserts race series. So Rita, thanks for joining us, and tell us, what's happening?
Okay, so yes, we'll start the race on Saturday. It's a 7-day race, 250 kilometers across some of the most amazing scenery in Namibia. It is a self-supported race, and we've got racers from about 50 racers coming from 26 different countries. And this is a series, as you said, we organize all around the world. The purpose is to take people to some of the most amazing places on this planet that they haven't yet seen. So the race series covers the Gobi March in Gobi Desert, the Atacama Crossing in Atacama Desert, and then we have this Namib race. And then the final one is at the last desert, which is in Antarctica. So the idea is to provide and give people, besides the physical challenge, which it obviously is, also a mental challenge. They carry their own gear in a backpack for the whole week of the race and push their limits in a good way. But it is really as hard as it sounds. It's really a race for very normal people.
I can imagine that there's a lot of preparation that has to take place in order to participate in such an event. Tell us a bit more about that.
Well, yeah, lots involved. It would be obviously easy to organize a city marathon in a very easy place. We do it the opposite way, so make it as hard as possible for ourselves. A lot of logistics involved, a lot of gear, tents, 4x4s, because every stage of the race takes place in a remote place. And we also have staff coming from all around the world that work for us. So it's also a really nice reunion of people seeing each other after a while.
So with regards to the format of the race and different stages, what does that involve?
So basically 6 stages and over 7 days. And I guess what it is that because this is a stage format, the clock starts usually at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the race would finish when it finish when you finish it. But the fastest runner would come through at about 12 o'clock, so they pretty much run 10 kilometers in an hour. The ones who walk and also take pictures, they'll take longer, so they'll finish late in the afternoon. But then we'll have a beautiful night at camp every night, and that's where people get to recover, and then the next day again. So that just means that it's a race for everyone. You don't need to be a pro runner to be able to do this.
So the distance per day, what is that?
So the distance is roughly, we keep the same format. So the first 4 days are about 40 kilometers long. Then we'll have what we call the Long March, which is about an 80-kilometer long stage. And for that we give people more time to complete it. So actually over about 24 hours. So they start in the morning and they'll go through the day and to the night. And then the last ones would come through usually in the next morning. Yeah. Then what we'll have is a rest day, which in this race will be on Friday at camp, and that's already a celebration because once you get there, you're done with the race. So the last stage is then only about 10 kilometers, and that's then when everybody will receive their medals.
I understand that the race is starting in Swakopmund and it's ending in Swakopmund at the Tiger Reef. What are the specific terrains that you will be covering? Is it just dunes, or would there be rocky areas?
Luckily not dunes all the time. So the race actually starts from Walvis Bay,
okay.
near the salt pans there, and it will finish in Swakopmund at the Tiger Reef.
Yeah.
And between all that, they'll have beach. They will go through salt pans and riverbeds.
Wow.
The Moon Valley will be part of the course, and the Quonicontas area as well. And they'll have 2 national parks that they'll be crossing in this race as well. So a lot of variety. We always want to make sure that every stage they see something new.
Yeah.
And this course, which is actually new, this is our 7th time in Namibia actually, but this particular course is something completely new for everybody. Yeah. So they'll be amazed.
We have the Desert Dash cycling event. It's about 365 kilometers from Windhoek to Swakopmund through the Namib Desert, and we recently just had the Africa Triathlon Series. A bunch of top athletes that were available or that came through here. What exactly motivates the participants to participate in such events? Is it a sport? Is it recreational? What is it?
So I was just reading through the thoughts of people who are coming to this race, and even the top runners would often say that besides the sports, which is what they can do anyway, it's the reunion and the meeting all those people from all around the world, getting to know the local cultures. In this race, they'll get to talk to the Himba people and meeting the locals. That's something they really look forward to, and the travel part of it is a big factor as well. Of course, in their normal daily lives, they don't get to challenge themselves quite in this way. So the physical part is a big thing as well. But it really is, all these different factors coming together is what makes the race. And it's really the people that make the race.
It sounds like an experience of a lifetime. With regards to, is there a Four Deserts title, world champion? Or are there big names, people, veterans that are going to participate in this specific event? Are there any Namibians?
So there's definitely there are titles. Obviously, so in this race we've got about 20% are people who are returning. This time no Namibians. There is a South African running, and then, like I mentioned, 26 nationalities represented. We have some racers who hold a title called the Four Deserts Club member, which means they've already completed all the Four Deserts. We also have contenders for a title called the Grand Slam, Four Deserts Grand Slam, and that actually means competing and completing all the Four Deserts races within a calendar year.
Yeah.
And we've got 11 of those individuals in here this time. So that's quite an achievement if they get to do this, and this would be the first race for them.
How does one actually get involved in this event?
Different channels, really, different ways. For a lot of the people doing, wanting to sign up, it often represents some kind of a change in life or something that they need for their lives. So, we have challenges different challenges in life, and that's quite typical. But then also looking for the growth experience as well, or looking for a change, something new. All the reasons are good reasons altogether, and people hear from us from various sources. Often it's they've heard of someone else that has completed one of these races, but it can also be through TV or news articles. Many ways.
I guess one has to be in a reasonable physical good condition to be able to do this. It's not just anybody that can do it.
You'd be surprised how short some people's training times can be for this. And I guess to emphasize, let's go 5 months back to our previous race, which we had here. And there were 3 exemplary individuals who prove you wrong. So we had a blind man from Brazil who has actually completed a number of our races, of course with a guide, but still a very, very strong spirit. We had an ex-drug addict, also a person who doesn't even have an arm, from Norway, and Gabriella, who did fantastic. She was in the top 10. Yeah. And then we had Mabasa, who's Namibian, who's this time is coming as a volunteer. Yeah. He's actually from here, Swakopmund, and he did really well. And in the course of preparation, he also lost 30 kilos of weight. So very much it is, as long as you have two feet, and even if not, we've also had someone who didn't have, he only had one. But as long as you have the spirit and the will to actually want to do this, you can do this. Yeah. So very much a race for normal people.
Yeah. Well, people, there you have it. Something to aspire to, and something to keep your eyes out for. The race is from the 1st until the 7th of May.
That's right.
And I think if Rita, if people want to, let's say, welcome the people when they at the finish line, can they come to the Tiger Reef, and from what time should they come?
Absolutely. We haven't finalized the finish time quite yet, but I would say that if you're there from around 10 o'clock in the morning, that's roughly the time that we'll be there. So yes, the last about 10 kilometers, and they'll be coming through from the big dunes across the beach and to the Tiger Reef. It'll be a nice party.
And they're gonna definitely need some friendly, happy faces to welcome them after a very tough adventure in our Namib Desert. And Rita, thank you for joining us, and thank you for sharing that. Yeah, and Irongo Talkers, we'll be in touch, and stay tuned.
Wake up early in the morning and I'm waiting for the sun to rise. Stars fade away, our brand new day. Don't be lazy, don't be shy, hold my hand and kiss the night goodbye. Open your eyes, shine your light. Shine.
And now for your weather. Sunset at the coast will be at 22 minutes to 7 on Friday, and sunrise will be at 21 minutes past 7 on Saturday. Walvis Bay will have a maximum of 23 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. A 17 north-south-southwesterly wind will prevail. Swakopmund will have a maximum of 22 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 15 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 20 degrees Celsius. A 30 north-southwest wind will prevail. Henties Bay will have a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. A 30 north-south wind will prevail. Arandis will have a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 16 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius. A 9 northwest-southwesterly wind will prevail. Usakos will have a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. A 9 north-northwesterly wind will prevail. Karibop will have a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. A 9 north-north wind will prevail. And lastly, Omaruru will have a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius on Friday, and for Saturday a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. A 9 north-northwesterly wind will prevail. And that was your weather report.
Adam Tas is coming to Windhoek to help build a brighter future for education. Join us at the Sounds of Caring concert at Windhoek High School Vegkop on 20 and 21 May, where he will be performing with Von Arends and Rian Smith. Tickets cost $200 Namibian and are available via eticket.my.na. All proceeds go towards the African Child Development Trust.
And unfortunately, we've come to the end of our episode. If you'd like to read the stories I read today and many more, visit our website on www.irongo.com.na. I repeat, www.irongo.com.na. You can contact us on our WhatsApp and Telegram number if you want to share news with us, which is 011 7040. I repeat, 011 7040. We also have an online TV channel, so head on to oneup2.com. I repeat, oneup2.com. We also have a brand new email just for tips, so if you'd like to send us tips, please don't hesitate to send an email to newstips@irongo.com.na. I repeat, newstips@irongo.com.na. Not to forget our DSTV and GoTV channels, channel 285 for DSTV and channel 94 for GoTV. Guys, we've come to the long weekend, so please let's keep the accident rates down and let us keep our roads clean. For myself, it's a goodbye. We'll talk again next time.
Neem alles nou, soos dit kom. Omdat ons niks weet van die toekoms. Nee. Ons drome lê nou en wag. Vir 'n antwoord oor die vraag. Hoe ver is die hemel? Wanneer dans ons weer op heuwels? En hoe lang moet ons nog wag vir ons kans om die nag weer te vat? Ek is bang vir my vriende. Want die rare tye het pas begin. Ek is bekommerd vir my gesin. Hulle my honger en dit maak niks sin. Hoe ver is die hemel? Wanneer dans ons weer op heuwels? En hoe lang moet ons nog wag vir ons kans